Seeger Swole here. I am so tired right now. I already did my workout. I've been in the gym way too long. I gotta get up out of here. Anyway, I want to shoot through this video real quick. I've already covered macronutrients, micronutrients, the very basics of starting off with nutrition, our nutrition talk. And now it's time for the more complicated subjects. I want to do this in a systematic way so I don't have to backtrack a lot. It makes sense to me. Hopefully it'll make sense to you. But I just want to caution everybody, as we move forward, there's going to be more controversial topics and complicated topics, a lot of opinions, a lot of different studies. There's going to be a lot of different side topics and routes that we could explore. But I'm going to try to stay on topic, not ramble and bring in all this extra information. It just gets confusing after a while. So anyway, let's start off with, I think the next logical step is talking about your body's energy balance. And when I say energy balance, really simple, all it is it's like a bank account, a bank account for your body. You have a budget for your bank account. Well, you should have a budget for your body. Just think of it like a checking account. You have a checking account and savings account, right? So when you have too much money, we all wish we had that problem. When you have too much money in your checking account, what do? You start putting away in your savings. You store it in your savings. And when you have a deficit, you don't have enough money in your checking account, so you start pulling from your savings, right? Well, your body works the same way. When you have too much energy coming in, your body's going to take what it needs, and it's going to store the rest, and it's going to store it in the form of fat. And then when you have a deficit, your body's going to take, you don't have that money in your checking account, so you have that deficit in your body calorically, so you're going to start pulling from the savings account, or i.e. your storage, your fat storage. Another way to phrase that whole relationship is your change in energy stores equals your energy in minus your energy out, for those math people that like equations. Not that it's complicated, but anyway, so energy in. Your energy in, all that means is that's going to relate to the calories taken in on any given day. And the only way that you're getting energy into your body is either through food or beverages. The next logical question to come up is, how much energy do I need to take in? A simple answer to that question is, you need to take in enough energy to meet your body's energy expenditure. So then you look at me and you're like, okay, well, what's my body's energy expenditure? And this is where you have a few options to determine your specific energy expenditure. Option 1, you can start a journal or a log, preferably about 2 weeks in length, and all you're going to do is you're going to annotate your body weight, meals, calories, all those macronutrients, your daily activities over the course of 2 weeks. And you have to be pretty thorough. At the end of the 2 weeks, take all that data, compile it together, look at it, and say, did I gain weight, or did I lose weight, or did I stay the same? If you gained weight, then it's a logical assumption that you are in a caloric surplus. If you lost weight, then you're in a caloric deficit. If you stayed exactly the same, then you're neutral. You have met that energy balance. You are in an energy balanced state. So, very simple. It takes a little bit of effort with all that writing, all that keeping track of everything, but it's very, very, very valuable information. Now, method 2 has to do with a little bit more calculations, a lot easier though. So what you're going to do, method 2 or option 2, either way, it involves your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, and your voluntary activities. Some people like to throw in the thermic effect of food. I'll talk about that in a second. So your basal metabolic rate, your BMR, what is that? That is basically the amount of energy your body needs just to function on any given day. That is life-sustaining function, subconscious functions like breathing, blood circulation, core temperature, body temperature control. Just stuff that you need to do to stay alive. I like to think about it as if you were to lay in bed all day, not do anything, you would still need this X amount of calories. That is your BMR. And then you have your voluntary activities. I can't remember each category's specific numbers off the top of my head. They're in my blog, read the blog. Or you could look them up elsewhere. Basically, each category relates to a certain range of numbers. You have like low, you're low active, you're gonna have a certain range of numbers. You're medium active, certain range of numbers. High active, certain range of numbers. You get the point. And what's going to happen is, even with the BMR and the voluntary activities, you can use calculators online. You can look at different sources of information. The numbers might vary a little bit, but basically in the end, you're probably going to reach round about the same number. With BMR, I'm talking about, like, you can have different numbers based on your age, your height, if you're stressed, if you have a fever. That's been shown to affect BMR. So you can see where it can kind of get complicated. So just take it with a grain of salt. It's an estimate. So what you're going to want to do, whether you're using option 1 or option 2, you're going to want to get to that estimate, and then you're going to want to start exploring and playing with your energy expenditure. And basically, when you take your BMR and your voluntary activities and you multiply those together, that's what it equals. It equals your estimated energy requirement, individual to you. And then, of course, I said I was going to talk about thermic effect of food. All that is like, if you want to get real specific into your diet planning, thermic effect of food is your body actually needs to use energy to consume energy and function. So the thermic effect of food is about 10% of whatever meal you're eating. That 10% is going to be actually used just to consume the food and process that. So you can kind of see why I said I wanted to do this systematically, how there's a lot of information and a lot of angles that you can start coming in from. But hopefully it makes sense to you, and we're starting with the very basics. This is what actually builds the platform of setting up a successful diet, understanding your macros and your micros, more so your macros, and then getting into your energy balance. There's plenty more to come. But anyway, if you learned anything, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, give it a share. Also, ask me questions. If I'm getting asked questions, it makes me a smarter person. What I don't know, I research. I'll get back to you. So it's really just it's a win-win for me. But anyway, been in the gym way too long. That's all the information I have for the video. So I'm out.